Hello and welcome back to the channel. Well, today I have for you from Leyi the M16, the American half-track, and this is the anti-aircraft variant. So, usual format, 60-second speed build, some pics, and then we'll get to the review. So, let's crack on and build. Welcome back. Right, the M16. I must admit, I didn't realise this thing even existed. I've always called these M2s, and it wasn't until researching this I found out that the M2 and its slightly larger brother, the M3, obviously they had lots of variants, but I was assuming that this thing would have been called like the M2 A1 or something like that, but no, completely different classifications, M16. So initially it was actually quite difficult to find out the information about this, because obviously the M16 comes up as the rifle, and well, it's Leyi, so it's going to have some issues. However, the instructions, first of all, unfortunately the instructions are a sheet of paper, as I'm sure some of you will have suspected at the very start. It's a very common thing with Leyi. It's not something I'm particularly fond of. I do find it very easy as you're going down the sheet, particularly if you fold the sheet, that it's very easy to skip sections by mistake. And I think that's just the way that just a sheet of paper differs from a book. So it will just about get the job done, but it's just printed sheet paper. So now there was one piece missing. However, it was one of these sort of wheel locks, so it was no big deal. Plenty of spares on those, but just so you're aware, there was one piece missing. There was no warpage and no discoloration, which is always good. Now, Leyi, I mean, this is the 5th or 6th model I think I've done by Leyi, and I do find them, I think inconsistent is the best way of describing it. I've had the Katusha from them, which I still maintain is a great model. It's fantastic, and better than the Grandjean Katusha. However, that's the Katusha is the only good one, really good one that I had that I could wholeheartedly recommend. This one, well, it's got some issues, shall we say. Now, the first issue that you've got with this is visually, because first of all, you've got the issue of the cab, the driver's cab and whatever there. Now, why they've just chosen to put a sticker there rather than a windscreen like they've done there is, well, I have no idea at all. Excuse me. And if anything, I would say that ruins the whole model. The lack of proper cab there and proper windscreen. It's just, and it's possibly that lack there that throws off the eye on the dimensions and everything else. The bumper towing arm at the front here does seem way too big. The front wheels also seem too big, and yet when you compare it to the real thing, the top of the wheels here should be level with the top of the tracks, which they are. So I think that it's what's going on here and possibly here, the slightly different dimensions than it should be, and it just throws off the eye of everything else. The other thing I find awkward with this is that obviously we've got a minifigure here manning the gun, and he is too small for this particular truck. I think that the minifigures are 1/35th scale, and he's not too small by much, but he does need to be a little bit bigger, so 1/32, something like that, maybe even 1/28th scale, and he would have been fine. But it just doesn't look quite right. Now, added problem at this whole section around the fighting compartment, as it were, is very, very fragile. Does not help matters, although it's not as bad as some others, and once you get it in place, it's, providing you don't touch it too much, it's not too bad. It's not the greatest model in the world. Now, to be fair to Leyi, they have at least produced this model, a variant on the M2 half track, which, if you've seen any sort of American or sometimes British war film ever, then invariably these things are in there. Which, so it's a little unusual that more companies don't do this particular thing. You know, a lot of companies will do the German half track, the 251, but not this particular model, which is surprising to me. So fair play for Leyi for doing it, and to be fair to them, the price is pretty good as well. The price came in at £6.31, landed in the UK, which is an excellent price. I think this is, again, one of those sort of models that if you can mod it a little bit, reduce down the size of this bumper here, which is no particular big deal, but actually build a cab here for a driver, a proper cab like with the Katusha, you'd be far better off. It wouldn't be too bad a model then at all. But yeah, there's really not many models of these out there. It's not the greatest. I reckon you can mod this into something half decent though, and it's a really good price. So there we go. That's the Leyi M16. Another inconsistent model from Leyi, unfortunately. But hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you again. You take care. Bye bye.